My dear students, good morning. This is Deepak Kumar, and today I shall be taking up the chapter The Bond of Love that is written by Kenneth Anderson, who was an Indian born British writer and hunter who wrote books about his adventures in the jungles of South India. My dear students, I have already completed this chapter. Today I shall be discussing with you its summary and question and answers of this chapter. So, I request all of you to listen to this audio content carefully. The story The Bond of Love is about a very wonderful relationship between a bear and the narrator's wife. It so happened that while on a hunt, the mother of a sloth bear was shot dead by the narrator and his friends. All of a sudden, they noticed a little baby bear sitting anxiously near its mother. The narrator ran up and captured it. He put it in a gunny bag and gifted it to his wife. A very strong bond of love developed between the two. However, after a while, the ground bear was tough to handle and was sent to a zoo. Both the mistress and her bear lived in a very stressful situation. With the permission of the superintendent, they were able to retrieve him from the zoo. Once he was back, they created an island for him to live a free and wonderful life. His human mom would go and spend time with him every day. Now let us discuss its question and answers. How did the narrator's wife handle the baby sloth bear when she got him? The Bond of Love is a story of a very fascinating and emotional bonding between a woman and a bear. The author once picked up an orphaned sloth bear and presented it to his wife. Extremely delighted with the cub, she christened him Bruno and put a colored ribbon around his neck. He would drink milk from bottle. Within a few days, she cooked a variety of dishes for him. They loved each other excessively. Second, what were the circumstances that led to the narrator getting Bruno home? The narrator had gone on a hunting expedition with his friends. When they reached the sugarcane field at Mysore, they encountered some pigs that were being chased on or shot at by the people. All of a sudden, a sloth bear came out panting in the hot sun. Unfortunately, one of his friends shot at the animal and it fell dead. The baby that was along with its mother was rescued while attempting to run off into the sugarcane fields by the narrator. He put the baby sloth bear in a gunny bag and took him home. 3. Why was Bruno sent to the zoo? As time went by, little Bruno had grown up into a big bear. The children of the narrator's tenants were scared of him, so the family had to keep him chained most of the time. He was getting too big to be kept indoors. The narrator and his son managed to convince the lady of the house to give Baba to the Mysore Zoo. 4. How did the narrator's wife react after Bruno left? His wife was inconsolable. She would not stop weeping and was always unhappy and worried about little Bruno. She could not eat food. She began writing letters to the curator to inquire about her, Baba Bruno. She was extremely upset when she got to know that he was fretting and not eating food too. Mother and child missed each other. 5. What was the procedure to be followed to get Bruno back home? When the narrator's wife visited Bruno in the zoo, she was shocked to see the pathetic condition of her baby bear. She was determined to take him home. The procedure for getting the bear, which was now government property, was a letter of sanction to be given by the superintendent who was at Bangalore. 6. Describe the scene at the zoo when Bruno met his mom. Contrary to the beliefs of friends that Bruno would not recognize his mistress, he began howling with happiness as soon as he saw her. The narrator's wife ran up to him and began petting him by putting her hands through the bars that separated them. Bruno stood on his head in delight. She was beside Bruno for the next 3 hours, feeding him his favorite food. 7. Where did Bruno go after he came back from zoo? A special island was created in the narrator's compound to house the bear. It was 20 feet long and 15 feet wide and was surrounded by a dry pit moat which was 6 feet wide and 7 feet deep. He was provided with a wooden box in which straw was placed for him to sleep, and his gun and baby that were preserved during his stay at zoo was also given to him to play with. 8. How did the narrator's wife reach the island every day? The narrator had tied a rope to the overhanging branch of a mango tree with a loop at its end. Putting one foot in the loop, she would kick off with the other to bridge the 6-foot gap that constituted the width of the surrounding pit. She would come back the same way. Love binds life. Explained with reference to the bond of love. The bond of love is a story of emotional bonding between a woman and a bear. The narrator's wife had a pet bear called Bruno. She loved him deeply. She put a colored ribbon around his neck. She cooked a variety of dishes for him. He also performed many playful tricks which gave her a lot of pleasure. They enjoyed each other's company. When Bruno grew big, he was a threat for the children of their tenants. Therefore, the author decided to send him to the zoo. His departure was very painful for the author's wife. Finally, she asked her husband to visit Baba in the zoo. It took a lot of efforts to convince the wife to let go of her Baba, Bruno. Both mother and the bear were in a state of severe stress without each other's company. After a few months, when the narrator's wife finally goes to the zoo on hearing that the bear was not too good and meets her pet, the people around were shocked to see the love that bonded the two of them. They both felt relieved on meeting. They spent many hours together and made a very important revelation that it is love that binds life. Second, animals respond to love, experience pleasure and pain. Write an article for the students' edition of the local daily. Use inputs from the story, The Bond of Love. My dear students, you can give the title Animals Respond to Love, Experience Pleasure and Pain by ABC, or you can write your name. I have already told you the format of article writing, so no need to discuss that. It is unfortunate that human beings are the only creation of God that does not respect his other creations despite having the power of reasoning. From the beginning of life, man has been a hunter who killed to eat. He continues to do so. It is pity that we harm the animals and eat into their territories. I would like to cite the example of Mr. Kenneth Anderson's wife who turned mother to an orphan bear. The bond that developed between this wild animal and a human being was commendable. This was despite the fact that it was the narrator and his friends who were responsible for shooting down the cub's mother. The pitiful cry that emanated from the baby when she noticed that his mother had died was heart-wrenching. But the little cub responded wonderfully to the unconditional love that he received from his human mother. At the same time, the pain that an animal faces when he is separated from his mistress has been wonderfully depicted by the narrator when he describes the scene at the zoo. Friends, I would like to pose a question to all those who read this article. Why do we not treat animals with respect and give them their due? Are we all not aware of our local four-legged friend, the dog? That's all from today's class, my dear. Before I wind up, I would just like to request you that please listen to this content carefully, and if you have any doubt related to this chapter, The Bond of Love by Kenneth Anderson, you are free to ask questions anytime. Thank you very much, my dear, for listening to the audio content.